Item F is request for approval of life track services to survey graduates.
And when I put it in for approval, Marlon has since gone to the Mississippi Valley Conference with administrators, so you may not want to approve it. You may want to, table it. You may want to take a different look at it.
With that being said, at Tuesday's MVC meeting, no other school in the MVC does a service like this. I believe Pete Warple from Onalaska said Onalaska looked into it, but they decided not to do it. And in your packet here, there's a cost of $15 per student, and the cost is, there's a discounted cost right now of $12.75, which comes up to around $3,200. But as I look at this survey and I get up to page 4 in your book, I truly believe in Ryan's here, and he hasn't seen this, but I truly believe Paul Potter could probably do something like this for us. I think very easily, and I probably should not have said that because I haven't discussed it with Paul yet, but back to tape up, Ryan. I think Paul could put this together for us because these are pretty standard questions that I looked at they put in. And currently I talked to Deb Schrader at the high school. There is an informal exit survey that they do, but it's strictly for the VEERS program for the state for their report. And as I look at this, I really like this format. I know Paul could do it for us because the questions on there were your counselor is helpful in the selection of a career path for you. This says life track, but did the Tacoma High School provide a strong foundation in the use of technology? I mean, this is some data that we could get that really go back as we write curriculum and see where the students feel our strengths and weaknesses are. So I really like this idea of doing an exit survey like this, but I'd like to have the opportunity to talk to Paul to see if he couldn't do that for us. And it is too late already for the class of 2010 because they want the survey questions in by, I think she said April 30th. And then they would get them all submitted. And they do follow for 5 years, and I'm sure if we worked with Paul and we had emails from kids, as long as they don't change their email addresses, we could probably do a follow-up survey in a few years too for it. I think in the material I read from Life Tracks, they have a 61% student follow-up after I think 2 or 3 years, and then it drops after 5 years. But I would like to have the opportunity to talk to Paul before we move forward with this.
Well, I think that's a really good idea.
I would think that the information a few years out would be more beneficial than just even surveying the seniors that are graduating this year. I mean, I think you need a little bit of time for them to be out and be in college or in a job or in a tech college to get a little bit more feedback.
Well, some of the questions on here I think would be good, like, did the high school provide a strong foundation use of technology? Was it a safe learning environment? Your teachers knowledgeable about the curriculum? I think some of those initially when they leave kids could answer, and then as you say, after they get that first or second year of college in there and they find the curriculum's a little bit different, did we prepare them for college or technical school or the vocational trade area wherever they went? But I think Paul's a genius, and I think he could come up with that.
I think it would be good to have that comparison and see what Paul feels he could do. Probably the most challenging part is being able to keep that contact with the students after they're graduating. It sounds like they mail the letters to the I mean, it's fairly involved contact that they try to maintain, which would be difficult, I think, for the school district.
See, every year we submit the questions to them, and then they put them on they have a 1-800 website or number that kids can call to keep track, even for graduations or something like that. But if people change locations, you change email addresses, and those could easily be there could be, I'm sure there's something there Paul could put on for their email address for future surveys.
Sure.
Let's just keep it.
Well, we certainly hope you consider continuing to look at the options that are available, because I think exit interviews of our students is a very good idea that as a board we have been talking about for a while, and so to pursue it is a great idea.
I agree.
Many of us were interested in that.
In addition to the at least a couple years out, right? Not just.
Yeah, I mean, there's any number of options. I mean, we can go on about, when they plan high school reunions tap it in at that time, because they're collecting address information and things of that sort. So there's a lot of options, but keep that idea, working, not necessarily going through this lifestyles program, but some method.
I do know if Paul can develop something like this, it won't be the last one he develops, because he's always working to improve on his original creations, if you want to call them. So I would like to have a chance to talk to Paul to see what he thinks and can come up
certainly, I
with.
think-
Because it is already too late, 2:10, so the earliest we could do it would be 2:11 anyway.
Okay. I think that's a very good idea. We can table that